Yes, this month, for the month of November. Thank you for everyone who commented last month as well.
Yes.
Hope you guys read the book and then you liked it and you had a magical October full of, well, magic. So this month we had decided to read Maybe in Another Life by Taylor Jenkins Reid. The main girl, Hannah, she loves cinnamon rolls, so we decided
we bake cinnamon rolls for ourselves.
to make cinnamon rolls.
These are humongous, and I cannot wait to gobble down on them.
Yes.
But then I'd have lipstick everywhere, so I had to wait till after the video.
Yes, no icing around. But yeah, so in this book, it's actually a pretty unique book.
Very unique.
Definitely.
Get ready for a different experience, but it's very good.
It's really interesting because in this book, hence the title, Maybe in Another Life, there's actually 2 plot lines.
Yes.
Yes, because what happens is Hannah, our main girl, she experiences this decision and she goes one way and then she goes the other way.
Right.
So
at this impactful moment, the author decides to divide 2 universes. When she decides to yes, do this, and no. And so each chapter is alternating between the universes.
It starts off the same. It starts off with her on her way back to LA from New York. She grew up in LA and she has a family that lives in London. So her mom, her dad, and her sister.
Yes.
And then she grew up, when they left, she grew up with her friend Gabby.
Her BFF.
Yes,
that's
super
like her
BFF.
sister from another
Can I
mister.
just say, this is probably one of my favorite female friendships
I love
in
them.
any book that I've ever read.
Them. They're like soulmates.
Yes, I love them.
Oh,
I love
them.
also Gabby's little feminist tidbits.
I love her. She's the little feminist that would always throw in like, well, females can do it too, okay?
Yes, or like, you don't have to be skinny. That doesn't make you valuable.
Yes.
That's back to LA. She gets there. Gabby picks her up with her husband. And then on her first night there, they decide to grab some high school friends.
Yes.
She's in her...
She was also mending a broken heart. She's leaving a relationship with a married man. So she's trying to run as far away from that situation as possible.
Yes, exactly. She half didn't know he was married, but then subconsciously she was like, I think he's married.
That's true, you're right.
And then the whole truth came out, and then she decided to leave.
Then
Go back. She's going back to try to figure out her life.
Yes.
Meets up with all her friends at night. And then it just so happens that this old high school boyfriend,
that
also
one high school boyfriend, that one high school boyfriend.
There's always that high school boyfriend, isn't there? There's always that past person in your life that never truly leaves, because they've maintained communication. Every time she's visited LA, they would meet up. There's always been like a spark, a connection.
There's always been that little invisible string tying
each other. So anyways, he arrives at the bar where they're hanging out. The meet cute. And then, you know, they dance, they get to, you know, they start talking again. His name is Ethan.
Yes. Very important, Ethan.
Yes, Ethan is very important. They meet, they dance, and then when it's starting to get late, Gabby's like, okay, we're heading home. And Ethan's like, hey, Hannah, do you want to stay longer? I can take you home.
Yeah.
And then this is the moment. This is it. Where it goes left and right. And then from there, it just...
The alternating chapters between that
chapters
decision
happen.
when he says, just stay the night with me. I want to take you somewhere else.
Yes.
That's his proposition. And that's where it all begins.
But yeah, so she makes a decision. She makes 2 decisions technically.
Yes.
One is to stay with Ethan, and then it goes on from there. When she decides to stay with Ethan, something grows, and then she decides not to. She decides to be like, oh, I need to be responsible. Like, let me not go back into my old habits. Let me go home with Gabby.
Yes.
And then on their way home, they stop at that art installation and they're taking pictures. Then Gabby and Mark are taking pictures, and Hannah's taking them of them.
Like cute coupley pictures.
Yeah.
She's like, I need to get the perfect angle of you to 1 second.
So she's backing up onto the street. It's the light is red or whatnot, but someone... And this part always gets to me. I was like, oh my god, what just happened? Yeah, it's a legit... A car hits her, and she goes flying, and like, Gabby's running to her, and she loses consciousness, and that's like the end of that chapter. And that's one life. So it goes that way, car crash, and then the other way, Ethan.
So that's, from now on, we're going to refer to car crash life and Ethan life. So the night that she says yes to Ethan and the night that she says no and gets into the car accident.
Yeah, it's not like she says yes to the car crash.
Oh my god.
Car crash life. Ethan life.
Yes. Yes.
So 2 completely different outcomes happen.
Mm-hmm.
And so with the Ethan life, you know, they start to get into kind of a sort of relationship. They get to know each other again.
Yes.
She spends the night with him and a few days. Things happen until she finds out
Dun, dun, dun!
that she's pregnant. And it's not Ethan's. And from here on out, I won't give any more spoilers, but just to give you like the gist of what kind of happened. And then from there on, it just keeps going on what happens.
That just keeps progressing.
What happens with Ethan, because she's also pregnant by a married man, and you know, all these things that happen along the way. Right. And then car crash life. It's really about her waking up from that little coma they had to put her in because she had so many severe internal injuries. Her waking up from that fog, her getting her body to recover and become healthy enough to leave the hospital, to accept it. And get this, she was still pregnant, because this is still the consequences of the life before it split into 2. She still was with that married man and still got pregnant by him. Yes, all of that still happened.
That's still relevant in both lives. It's just from that decision and this decision how that changes. She ends up losing the baby. So in Ethan life, she's pregnant. In car crash life, she loses the pregnancy. It was very early on, so she's of course very shocked about it. But then it's just about just recovering from all that all of a sudden information. The
car crash, she wakes up from the coma, and she meets the night nurse, Henry, the night nurse. Oh my god! Sounds like a bad Henry,
the night nurse.
I know. So she kind of grows like this bond with the night nurse. Her family comes to visit her. So they're there in the hospital too. But it just kind of evolves from there.
From that moment, she develops this connection to this night nurse. You know, does the romantic flourish? I don't know. We might say it later on in the review. We'll see.
Overall, that's what basically happens. Her choices. I will say this. What I really liked about it, without giving any spoilers away, I really liked that no matter what, her life unraveled the way it was supposed to unravel. That she was going to have a happy ending no matter what.
No matter what.
Really good.
Just remember, every chapter is alternating.
So just... it's easy to follow.
It's so easy.
It's not hard to follow.
You don't have to what's happening?
Yes, it's really, and I think it actually makes you want to read the book faster because you're like, what happened? I need to know what happened.
You want to keep reading about this universe, and then you get hooked on this universe, and you get hooked in
all the universes. It's like Doctor Strange. I figured out all the alternate realities, and we win in one
out of 1,900,000,000.
So sexy factor.
I don't think there was any over exuberant, raunchy, sexy factors, but it was a very heavily romanced novel. How does that happen? I don't know.
It was a rom-com. It was like a romantic comedy kind of thing. I agree. There was nothing.
So it's not that it's 0 and it's lackluster, because it's 0, but it's amazing.
I think when I was like writing, I was like, I think I would give it like a 1. Yeah. It's because it's not sexy. It's really about Hannah's journey. Yeah. And then masculinity factor.
No toxic, right? Oh, no, just kidding.
Rewind. Doctor Strange.
Turn back time, please.
Mark. That's even his name, because I don't even remember.
Do you remember? I know, me too. I didn't write it down. So, sorry we got it wrong, but Gabby's husband, and we're saying Mark. I feel like it's Mark.
I think it's Mark.
I think you're right.
Mark or Matt, something like that.
Yes. Mark. Whatever. You're a douche. Okay?
He is. He's a jerk face. Mark was pretty much the only one who was toxic. Ethan, I gave him a solid 3. I felt like he was, a good person.
Ethan's a good guy. All around good guy. You know, her married guy.
All around good guy.
Spiffy. The married guy that she was with, he's pretty, shitty.
Yeah.
He comes up very little, but there is a moment where he's spoken to and he's a shitty guy.
Yeah, I'm like, horrible. And then Henry. I give him a solid 3 too.
Henry.
He's like, I find him really dreamy.
Yeah.
So, Lady Park count?
No Lady Park mentions. Hopefully next month's pick. Sorry, let's put that in there. Hopefully next month we can put a tally.
So next is movie rating.
Movie rating. I say PG-13. It's a safe movie. You know.
It's safe for the little ears.
So for the little ears in the backseat.
Yeah, I would give it a PG-13 because, I mean, it talks about a lot of things that maybe some people wouldn't like younger people to know about.
Yeah. There's certain, like, serious things that come, like, with intimacy that you're kind of like, oh, can you step out of the room, please, while I talk to your aunt? Thanks, bye.
Swoon-worthy moments?
There were plenty. There's, in this book, as well as, like, last month's book, a lot of confessions of love, a lot of confessions of feelings. I don't want to get too spoilery, but there were some really big moments where people are doing big proclamations and you're just like, oh my god.
My heart.
Oh my god, what is this? What's happening? That day. And her heart grew 3 sizes that day. Dun, 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 dun.
I really like this one moment. It's just a scene when she's hanging out with Henry. Well, she has no choice. She's in a hospital.
She's in a hospital. That's the night nurse.
She tells her, he's like, something about, something, it's not my fault, a pretty girl. She's like, did he call me pretty?
He thinks I'm pretty?
Like, oh, really? Oh, my heart.
Oh, which, we have top knots because she lives off of top knots. And in the hospital, when she can't move for a while, she's like,
he does a top knot. He makes a top. And then comedic relief.
There was, being a rom-com, there's lots of little funny moments, conversations. I really like the hospital scene, the dash away.
At the very end.
They're so funny. She has a moment where she's about to be released from the hospital. Obviously, we know she's going to get released, so this is not spoilery. And she just wants to say her final goodbye to Henry. And she's trying to dash away from this one mean nurse, and she's just like, with the wheelchair, like, I gotta find Henry!
I was definitely suffering from, like, second-degree embarrassment. I was like, oh my god, Hannah.
Who are you telling?
Yes. Like, please stop it. Like, what is happening
Just
here?
Go back to the room.
Yes. So, all in all, I absolutely adore this book. It made me cry a whole bunch of times.
Yeah.
Because she gets all, like, philosophical about time and love and the decisions and these infinite possibilities.
Yes.
And it just really goes to show you that everything is going to come out
the way
it should
it's
work out.
It's gonna work out.
Maybe there is another life out there for you where it did work out with, you know, the ex. Or you did have the kid, or you didn't have the kid, or you stayed in New York, or you went to London, or you took the job, or you didn't took the job. Like, there's all these infinite possibilities.
Yes.
If you had a quote that you wanted to share.
Oh my god, yes.
That made us...
Oh my god, it's like because it has to go along with what the book's theme is. Gabby eventually finds love again. On her birthday, she's with that guy that she's engaged to or in a relationship for a long time, and he says a speech for her. A beautiful swoon-worthy moment.
Oh, that is a swoon-worthy moment.
Yes, proclamation of love to saying how much he loves her, and he touches base on that theory that I just said with the astrophysicist. He's like, this is the belief that there's a creation of a new universe every time you make a decision. And that consequence spreads out and branches it out. And he says to Gabby, Gabby, and my heart breaks for every life and every universe out there where I'm not with you, or something like that.
Yeah,
you know, where I don't end up with you. And then I was just like, ah!
I know. And it makes me kind of sad though, because I'm like, there are lives out there where you might not meet someone, or you might not meet them again.
That's why it hurts so much.
Yeah, or you will, you'll lose someone, or you move to another city, or I don't know, like
that connection is lost with a friend, with a lover. It doesn't matter.
But overall, great book.
Yes.
I super duper highly recommend Maybe in Another Life.
Yes.
And any book, honestly, by Taylor Jenkins Reid.
Do it. Just do it.
Please read any of her books.
Splurge on it. Splurge on it, whether it's on sale or not on sale.
Or go to the library. Definitely pick it up, read it, get some cinnamon rolls.
Yes.
Get some coffee.
Put your top knot.
Put the top knot. Put your socks on. Get comfy. And read this super cozy rom-com book.
And let us know what you think.
Yes. Let me know. If you read any of her other books, because they all have these really big life lessons.
Yes.
Bye, guys.